want to talk in more detail about the assisted dying bill. Rebecca Wilcox, Dame Esther Rantzen's daughter, is also a broadcaster and campaigner, of course, is with us now. Spoken to us previously. Hi, Rebecca. Good to talk to you. First of all, how's your mum?
Hello, good morning. She is okay. As we say, no news is good news with this type of treatment and cancer, because as long as it's in a holding pattern, it's okay. But it's that very real sword of Damocles hanging above us. We don't know when the pills and drugs will stop working, and when they stop working, things will move at a pace. So this bill really is something that we're championing, but it's not going to help us personally as a family. It is going to help all the thousands of other people that are affected by terminal illness. So she's okay. She's hopeful. It's a beautiful frosty morning where she is, so she's sending lovely pictures of the garden.
Oh, that's great. How are you both feeling about the vote tomorrow?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit nervous. I think I'm worried that I may shout at people from the public gallery and be led away in handcuffs. But apart from that, it's great to see people like Lord David Cameron, come out in favour of it. It's great to see all the former Chief Justices come out in favour of it. It's clear that the public is in favour of this. Every constituency has been polled and the majority have voted in favour of this. So it's disappointing when people like Wes Streeting come out against it and don't necessarily verify their reasons for it.
The Health Secretary, of course. So you're going to be in the public gallery tomorrow to listen to the debate. To that end, your mum has written, I believe, to every MP. Why did she feel that was necessary?
I think she wanted to make sure that the message was coming through, that this is calm and compassionate. This is something that's been well thought out, that her involvement in it, whilst relatively recent, as is the case when you get a terminal diagnosis, you don't necessarily have advance warning. This campaign has been going on for a long, long time. This is far more than just our voices. This is the families of the 650 people that take their lives every year because they don't see that they have any other way out. They have a terminal diagnosis and they don't think that palliative care will help them. And that is true in quite a few cases, sadly. We do have brilliant palliative care in this country, but there always does come a point with, not always actually, there does come a point with many terminal cases that the pain surpasses the opioid barrier and there's nothing you can do for the patient other than watch them writhe in agony. So many people take their own lives rather than face that. And this would be a bill that would protect those people, protect those families from seeing their loved ones go through that. It's been a bit of a journey, and we're just a bit hopeful that things will happen for us.
Baroness Tanni Grey-Thompson was on the programme earlier in the week, and she is opposed to the bill because she says that it will encourage people to go doctor shopping. What would you say in response?
I have the utmost respect. Thank you. It's very early in the morning, and I was off a train at like midnight last night. I have the utmost respect for other people's opinions, especially when they are someone like Baroness Tanni Grey, who comes with a wealth of knowledge. But what I would say is, this bill has shown itself to be the utmost in safeguarding. It protects vulnerable people far better than anything that exists now. It has compassion and safety as its actual cornerstones. You can't get away from the fact that you need 2 doctors and a judge to go through it. This is not going to be doctor shopping. This is going to be safety, compassion, and care. There is no evidence that people that have a disability, that people that are vulnerable are being coerced into assisted dying in the countries which have a model similar to this one, like Oregon, like the state of Victoria in Australia. There has been zero evidence of that. So I would try to reassure with that. I know that these are very real concerns by marginalised elements of the society, and I think that reflects really poorly upon our society. But what I would say is that this bill is a safeguarding, compassionate bill. There are so many bits written into it. I went to a legal panel and was definitely the stupidest person in the room. These brains, these massive legal brains, were incredible. And they were talking through the process and how complicated it was and how difficult it would be for the nefarious few that are trying to get whatever it is, Granny's house, to circumnavigate it. It has so many clever, brilliant people along the way protecting the vulnerable people that coercion is nigh on impossible.
But to that end, the fact that your mum has taken the opportunity to write to all the MPs, 73 academics have written an open letter in the same vein, but they are saying that the safeguards are not strong enough and could open the door to coercion of vulnerable people.
Well, I would really like to know what they think is protecting those people now, because there's nothing protecting them now. And in fact, there's people being penalised now. I spoke to a man who had to watch his wife writhe in agony once she took an overdose and it didn't work. For 48 hours, it didn't work. She begged him not to call an ambulance. If he did call an ambulance, he would have gone to prison. It was the most hideous circumstance, and that was what she felt was her only choice. And then, you know, there's that awful phrase, where there's a will, there's a relative. What about those people now? They're not being protected now. So what do these academics see as a safeguarding now? Whereas this bill has safeguards right through the core of it. It could not be more carefully set out. And if we think this isn't enough, then we're saying that our whole justice system is broken because it's relying upon that.
What do you think about suggestions from MPs that they will vote based on their religious beliefs?
I don't want to offend anybody, and I think I possibly will, especially close relatives who are very religious. I have faith as well, but it doesn't control my point of view when it comes to the ballot box, when it comes to making decisions that I believe are rational, logical, societal decisions. I don't think we live in a country that is run by religious law. I'm very relieved that we don't, because the countries out there that are suffer from many problems, including access to specific medicine operations, care, access to education for women. I don't think going down that route where religion has a really strong role to play in our democracy and our laws is not a good idea. So I would say, don't vote according to your religion, vote according to your constituents' point of view. And if you do that, you can have a look at the poll that came out earlier this year that said in every single constituency, more than 50% of people who were polled agreed with assisted dying. So personal religion is a beautiful, wonderful thing. Faith, I'm so admiring of it. I would love to know that after I die, I will again meet up with my family. You are very lucky to have faith, but do not let that control the choices made by other people. That doesn't seem like a spiritual way for me. And also, we have laws, we have religion. They are separate things. This bill is about choice. It is your choice to have religion. It is my choice to choose an assisted death should it come to it.
A final thought, Rebecca, your mum has made this campaign front and centre for her over the last few months. If the vote doesn't go her way tomorrow, where does that leave her?
Well, as I said, this bill wouldn't necessarily affect her end-of-life care anyway. She gets thoroughly crossed if anyone calls this her final campaign, because God knows she finds campaigns on the back of an envelope. She's pretty good at seeking out a cause and representing it beautifully and strongly and bravely. She deserves a rest. I would like her not to take on another campaign. I don't think that will happen. If the bill doesn't go our way, I don't think she's going to stop. I think she's going to keep talking about this. She can't not. Her email inbox is filled with relatives and people that are suffering because of the current laws, which are a mess and cruel. And so she can't not listen to these voices. She's always been somebody that champions the vulnerable, the unprotected, those in need. I don't think that's ever going to stop, even though she has terminal cancer, and I wish she would rest.
OK. It's always good to talk to you. I'm sure we'll see you in the public gallery tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.